This is Fury Fighting Championship 55, Shelton versus Silva. Please welcome to the blue corner for your opening contest, Devon Jackson.
And welcome in everyone to UFC Fight Pass's broadcast of Fury FC 55, our first fight of the night. We've got DJ Devon Jackson making his pro debut out of Mercenary Combat Academy. And he went 5-1 in his amateur career, which is great, but he hasn't fought since 2019, where he lost in 2019, where he lost his last amateur fight against Jason Bates. 3 of his wins came via stand-up KO. Great ground game as well, former All-American wrestler. And Devon Jackson here trying to get back into it, see how that ring rust is going to be. But man, what a way to make your pro debut.
Yeah, the opening card on the final card of the Fury Fighting Championships of 2021. A lot of eyes on him tonight. He's 27 years old, still fairly young. You know, like you said, he had a 5-1 amateur record. All four of those five wins were finishes, and on that one loss by rear naked choke. So you're right, he does have a wrestling background, he does have a wrestling acumen, but he's a little susceptible to those rear naked chokes, as a lot of wrestlers are.
This flyweight, gonna be pushing it. The pace, see with that wrestling. Let's go to Wayne for our next introduction.
Please welcome to the red corner, Josh Van.
Josh Van fought last month at FC 54, where he beat Chase Eastham, and right back into it. Didn't take much damage from that fight. Is in fight condition, obviously. The Houston kid fighting out of Sons of Silverback.
Yeah, changed his name on us.
Yeah, last month it was Joshua Thang.
Yeah, Joshua Thong.
Yeah, Thong.
Yeah.
And then now Van. And Joshua, if you haven't seen him fight yet, if you missed us last month, get ready, because this kickboxing style fighter is really, really exciting.
Yeah, he was 4-0 as an amateur. Fought on Fury 52, 54, and now 55.
A busy year for him. Our tail of the tape to 27-year-old Devon Jackson, 20-year-old Joshua Van. 5'5" for both guys. 1-inch reach advantage for Devon Jackson. For me, it's going to be Will Devon's wrestling, as you mentioned, such a good wrestler. We'll finish this in a second. We'll go inside to Wayne for the official introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, your opening contest, brought to you by BumpBox.com, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury FC Flyweight Division. Introducing your first competitor, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet, 5 inches tall, and he weighed in officially at 124.8 pounds. Representing the Tri-Cities in Washington, today he makes his professional debut. This is Devon Jackson! And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet, 5 inches tall, and he weighed in at 125.8 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, he holds a perfect professional record, 2 victories, no defeats. This is the fearless Josh Van. Your referee in charge of the action, Jeff Rexroad.
How's the wrestling of Devon Jackson gonna prove against the stand-up, exciting kickboxer Joshua Van? And immediately, Devon Jackson's the one throwing some bombs to get us going.
Yeah, these guys going 100 miles an hour already, as you'd expect from 2 flyweights. Cardio never an issue for these guys. A lot of output from these guys.
Good knees there against the cage for Devon Jackson. Josh not afraid to throw some haymakers and throw a lot of kicks as well. Nice left that connects there, and a good shoot there from Jackson.
Yeah, Josh with good head movement there, landing that big left hand.
The pace that Joshua Van fights with If you haven't watched him, you're going to love it. And Devon Jackson proving the same. As you mentioned, this division, you get a lot of good, exciting fights. Nice takedown there from Devon Jackson, that wrestling we talked about.
Yeah, nice lateral throw there to get Joshua Van down on his back. Devon Jackson in control here from side control right now.
Get a chance to see Josh's ground game here. See if he can escape this, get back on his feet. So far, nice pressure, good transitions there from Devon Jackson.
Yeah, and we've seen Joshua Van be in trouble before, and he's really good about coming back. We've seen him in other fights get in trouble early in the fights like this. He uses the first round a lot to feel out his opponents to kind of figure out where the fight's going to go, and then the second round just comes out and usually finishes. I'm having a hard time right now dealing with the wrestling of Devon Jackson.
So good. Did avoid any major issues when Devon had his back, but now, again, in a tough position. Those hands are just free for Devon Jackson.
Yeah, Devon Jackson, 27 years old, but with a 55-year-old hairline. I don't have any room to talk, Devon. Nice transition to an armbar there for Devon Jackson. See if he can pull that out. Nice jiu-jitsu from Devon Jackson here. Very beautiful transitions, throwing that leg over to get Josh on the correct side of his body.
Joshua tried to stack him up a little bit to close that distance, but now Devon, as you mentioned, good ground game playing.
Yeah, Devon doing a good job of not letting Josh square up to him.
Good escape from Joshua Van.
Yeah, this is where Joshua Van shines, though. Whenever he escapes from those, he usually comes out in an absolute fury.
Pun fully intended there, yeah. Michael. We're a full intention pun broadcast.
That's right.
Training out of Sons of Silverback is Joshua Van. I'm sure they drill this a lot, getting up from the ground because of Devon Jackson's wrestling. Ooh, that right had some dangerous intentions.
Yeah, Joshua Van, a very good counterpuncher.
1:30 left in the opening round of our first fight on UFC Fight Pass, Fury FC 55. Good connections there from Devon Jackson, DJ.
Both fighters starting to land now. Joshua Van with heavy hands. We've seen him with some knockouts in some previous fights. There's a big punch right there. He hurt Devon Jackson right there. Devon immediately reverting to his wrestling background. Smart decision by Devon Jackson.
Tried it.
Yeah, he's having a lot of success early in the round with that wrestling on the ground. Took the back of Joshua Van.
Trying to limit some of that offense, limit some damage. 40 seconds left in the opening round. Good side control now for Devon Jackson, pinning that arm in, but Van does escape it.
Yeah, really good control here from Devon Jackson. He's got this crucifix on Joshua Van right now. This is not a good position. Josh able to get his left arm back and kind of isolate the right arm of Devon Jackson.
Peppering him with just little shots. Just keep thinking about it, is Jackson. Doing some over-the-top haymakers there, but that will end the first round of this flyweight bout, and it was a fun one to get us going.
Yeah, that's a tough one to call. I mean, Joshua Van obviously landed the harder shots, but, you know, the wrestling of Devon Jackson kind of controlling the pace of that match, of that round.
Let's take a look at some of these highlights here. There's that left that connects. Good combo there from Josh.
Yeah, really nice lateral throw here from Devon Jackson. Right down belly to belly, right down to the mat, into side control. From there goes to the mount. Josh Van kind of turns around, gives up his back. Very confident in his ability to defend from the back. Here comes that quarter Nelson from Devon Jackson.
Good transitions out of trouble for Joshua Van there in that round, and escaped. It looked like it was going to be tough there. When you have a wrestler on your back, but nonetheless, we move on to round 2.
Yeah, although Devon Jackson spent a lot of time on the back of Joshua Van, didn't do a lot of punishment, didn't do a lot of damage. The harder shots definitely being landed by Joshua Van.
Josh really hasn't opened up his kick game yet, and as I say that, there he goes. But we saw in his last fight, he was just throwing some brutal kicks.
Yeah, and he'll like I said, after the first round, he'll loosen up. He'll start to throw more. And again, just throwing those kicks up there without throwing any punches first. You need to put something in their face first, let them think about something else besides that kick.
Good exit left there from Joshua Van. And now he's trying to see a little bit, and of course, Devon Jackson says, all right, let's slow this down a little bit. Let's go back, grind this out a little bit.
Yeah, Joshua Van throwing really heavy, hard punches. And anytime you do that and you're kind of overthrowing your punches, you're susceptible to the takedown, especially from a guy with a wrestling background like Devon Jackson.
Not much going on in terms of Joshua's attempt at a choke there. Now Devon Jackson bringing some pressure from the top, seeing what kind of action he can get in terms of offense. Wrestlers so good at just constantly putting their weight on you, pressuring you, making you make that mistake.
Yeah, making you carry their weight, making you, you're kind of responsible all of a sudden for your own comfort whenever it comes to this type of position. Devon Jackson, basically just with this scarf hold here on Joshua Van, you can get a submission from here. That's very, very taxing on the head and body.
I was going to ask you what the submission odds here, or is it just more annoying and getting away escapes?
Yeah, you see Devon Jackson trying to trap that arm. That's exactly what he wanted to do, but if you use the other leg, there is a crooked arm bar from there. I do it all the time in the ring.
Josh trying to turn away from that, nothing, and now Joshua just trying to open something up so he can escape, and does get out of that really uncomfortable position, but still the left arm trapped.
Yeah, if Devon Jackson pushes that wrist down he's got his left leg bent 90 degrees. He pushes that down, puts that calf over the top of the wrist of Joshua Van. Well, that's gone now. Going to isolate that arm again. It's a very tight arm bar. That's very, very tight.
Man, beautiful transitions there from Devon Jackson. Joshua Van in a tough position right now, does escape, slides out that arm, and now has the back of Devon Jackson, but okay with just releasing and getting back on her feet, throwing her little flurries now.
Yeah, Joshua Van's very, very tired now. Let's see if he's got enough gas in the tank with 1.5 minutes left.
There's DJ again. Just putting all his weight on top, and now Joshua Van with a nice transition, seeing if he could catch something there, but might have put himself into.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what he was
position.
going for there. It kind of
it looked good.
Jumped into a flying Kimura. I don't know exactly what he was trying to do there.
Both guys okay with standing this back up now. See Professor Joe Silva in the back there. Usually inside as a referee today, on the outskirts today. Nice takedown there from DJ.
Yeah, it's weird seeing Joe Silva in a suit. We used to see him in referee's garb.
It's either the only jacket I've seen him is with a gi.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't wear his gi. 40 seconds left.
That'd be awesome.
I'm gonna do that next time for you. I'm gonna wear my gi with a tie.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's wear our gis next time we do a broadcast here.
30 seconds left in round 2 of our opening fight on Fury FC 55. And now looks like something deep working there.
Yeah, Devon Jackson has time here. Takes about 8 seconds if you're not tired to choke someone unconscious from that rear naked choke. If you are tired, it's 4 to 6 seconds.
Josh heard that. Final clap for 10 seconds, and he taps. Wow. With about 2 seconds left in round 2, Joshua Van taps. Devon Jackson with the buzzer beater win in round 2 of our opening fight at Fury FC 55.
Yeah, that's a big win for Devon Jackson. And I told you, there was 22 seconds left when he took his back. There was plenty of time to do that. We heard the clap. We heard the 10-second clap. Devon Jackson heard it too because he tried to cinch that up as quick as he could. And with 2 seconds left, Joshua Van taps from the rear naked choke.
Man, I am curious to know the official time on that submission because it was less than 3 seconds. Take a look at some of the highlights from round 2. You see Van opening up with that high head kick that just missed, and Devon Jackson with some nice counter punching throughout the entire fight. No ring rust for Devon Jackson. Hasn't fought since 2019.
Yeah, Devon Jackson was really good on this performance. I mean, his wrestling played a big part in this win. Kind of wore Joshua Van out in the second round with moves like this, his crucifix, you know, his just wearing him out one after another.
We go inside the cage to Wayne to make this official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 4 minutes, 58 seconds into round number 2, declaring your winner by submission due to a rear naked choke, Devon Jackson.
Man.
Got Devon Jackson with only 2 seconds to spare. You can see Joshua Van is very upset that he tapped, probably not realizing there was only 2 seconds left. Of course, hindsight is 20/20, thinking I could have hung on for that 2 seconds, but that bell might have rang and he might have been asleep.
Yep. What a nice way to open the night at Fury FC 55. A buzzer beater win, and let's go inside to the cage to Wayne.